And then finally, I had my computer and I could get online and record these LPs again. And hello everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play Whispers in the Woods. Something interesting I noticed. Apparently, you hear the music that's playing right now, right? Well, apparently, if you wind up saving and quitting, the music reverts back to the basic dungeon theme. What's playing right now is the theme that was playing during, after the last cutscene. I just got back here after having to restart the game because, well, you guys know how I had computer issues and my last computer died, right? Well, even now, long after my computer died and I'm finally getting to these LPs again, my old computer is still haunting me. Because I had to, well, normally on my episodes whenever I was recording on the old computer, they were at the 320 by 240 resolution. But for this episode, I decided to record at 640 by 480, which would have done well with this game because this game is at that resolution. However, as it turns out, my old computer was not capable of actually recording at that resolution, and so the screen wound up recording wonky, and I only just found out. You have no idea how long I've been waiting to get to these LPs again. I mean, the first episode of Whispers, first off, was recorded in June, and then here it is. Well, the third episode was in August, shortly before my computer died, and then here it is, middle of November, and I shouldn't have had to wait this long to be able to start this LP. Let's see here. I forget where we're going. Stonemason Key. Wait, where am I? Oh, that's right, I exited that house. Stonemason Key, that would be this house over here. Yeah, sadly, I did record this episode once before, and so I already know where everything is. Maybe I'll have forgotten a few of the puzzles, but probably not. I wish I didn't have to say that every time you unlock the door. I mean, isn't it good enough that you unlocked it the one time? Oh, here's this song again. Why must I, Mother? He is my friend. Forebode. What's with the whispering? Speaking of which, this game is called Whispering in the Woods. When exactly do we get to Whispering in the Woods? Unless the one time in the valley was the Whispering in the Woods. Or do we actually get to leave this place and go find some woods? On the ground where the boy was are two keys. He's talking to himself. Young boy's key. Hunter's key. So we apparently have a choice here. I don't think there's anything in here. For the most part, there's nothing interactive. Occasionally there's something. Stonemason's shop. So this is where they get those statues from. They just build them. Okay, I gotta check this statue back here in the corner. Nope, wait. Can I get it? Nope, can't get it. I hate RPG Maker 3's hit detection. Alright, so we got the Hunter's key and Young Boy's key. Found a stonemason's workshop and opens the small family house. Now, let me think here. Was it this house I went into? Which one did I go into first? I'm trying to remember because I want to try going in a different order. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I went into the hunter's cabin first, so I'm gonna go in here. Yep, here's the boy. I can't remember if the boy was in the other house too. Zoom! What was that ringing sound? It was there, during that one other cutscene whenever it started, and is it supposed to be like the sound effect that plays whenever you have a vision? The boy must go. Why is she so ugly? And she's so... I don't know, she doesn't even look human. The boy must go. But he is not old enough. Surely he... How dare you question the religion? Place him into the chamber now. His grandfather will make sure the boy does his duty. My child. So this is another trapdoor, I can only assume. Is there anything up here? I highly doubt there's anything up here. Is there, like, any sort of special secrets? I know in that last cave, one of the random statues was interactable. Other than that... Alright, let's head in. Oh, look at all these statues. Well, let's go. What happens if I turn around? Yep, that's the exit. So this is obviously a different tunnel than the other one. The other one was sort of carved out. This one looks like it was very much constructed. Oh, yeah. Guess what, guys? Apparently, the main puzzle element to this game is riddles. It's no wonder this game only takes up 50% of the available memory. It doesn't really do anything that special. It's just this riddle after riddle. Let's see. At dawn on Monday, a snail fell into a bucket that was 12... Oh, great, it's this one. This puzzle baffled me. I wound up just choosing every one of these until I just picked the right answer, because I just did not get this one. At dawn on Monday, a snail fell into a bucket that was 12 inches deep. During the day, it climbed up 3 inches. However, during the night, it fell back 2 inches. On what day did the snail finally manage to climb out of the bucket? Every other puzzle I managed to figure out, but this one, I don't know. You guys, go ahead and pause the video if you want to try to figure it out on your own. It's either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I'm going to go ahead and talk it out loud with this puzzle because, I don't know, maybe you can hear my reasoning and why it confuses me so much. Let's see. It starts off at the day at 0 inches and it has to reach up 12 inches. So... Alright. So it goes up 3 inches, but then it goes back to down 2 inches. So over a 24-hour period, it only manages to succeed at going up 1 inch altogether, right? Am I reading this right? Climbed up 3 inches, fell down 2 inches, that's 1 inch total. And it has to get 12 inches altogether. Although on that last day, it will be the last 3 inches. But anyway, let's see, Monday. So Monday, at the end of Monday, it was 1 inch. And it has to go 12 inches. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's Monday again. At the end of Monday, it's that 1 week from later, it's gone up 8 inches. I think. Let me start over. Start off on Monday, it's 1 inch. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. At the end of the Monday, next Monday, it's 8 inches. at the end of the day after is Tuesday, and then Wednesday? For the last 3 inches, it's Wednesday, right? Oh, now I figure it out. The other time I must have just forgot to account for the 3-inch jump, where it didn't have to fall back down. Alright. You'll have to apologize if there isn't a whole lot of, oh look, there's a person. I'll get back to you on that. Oh, there's 2 persons. And there's a face over there. But grandfather, he is my friend. Don't question our religion. You must kill him. Are you kidding me? I hope the killing thing is... Well, actually, I know what's going on, but I'm just going to pretend. I hope that the killing is just your family pet. Anyway, as I was saying, you'll have to excuse me if my talking is... Regular commentary is rather sporadic from time to time, because there's a whole lot of stuff going on in this game. You leave one room, get to the next, and all of a sudden, oh, here's another puzzle. I'm going to have to stop what I'm talking about. So that gonna make this kind of difficult. Let's see, is this the first one? After our local shop burglary, 5 suspects were being interviewed. On the sign to the right is a summary of their statements. Police know that each of them told the truth in one of the statements and lied in the other. From this information, can you tell who committed the crime? Brian said it wasn't Charles, it was Alan. Derek said it was Charles, it wasn't Alan. Charles said it was Brian, it wasn't Eric. Alan said it wasn't Eric, it wasn't... Oh wait, it was Eric, it wasn't Brian. Eric said it was Derek, it was Alan. So there's your puzzle, guys. Can you figure out who it is? I believe each of these... Yeah, each of these represents one person, and you have to choose the correct person based on who you think is telling the truth. So go ahead and go over that again if you feel like. I'm going to solve this off screen. I don't really remember the answer, but I remember how I solved it. Alright guys, have you figured it out? I think I have it figured out here. Eric is the only person to mention Derek. First off, that stood out to me. Also, Eric said 2 people that it was. And if one of them is a lie and the other is true, that means the suspect is either Derek or Alan. So we get back to the start of here, and Brian says it wasn't Charles, it was Alan. Well, they can't be both true, so he's either lying that it wasn't Charles, but telling the truth it was Alan. No, actually that's not true. If you can't say, it can't be false that it was Charles, but it is true that it was Alan. So odds are that he's telling the truth that it wasn't Charles, but it's a lie that it was Alan. So therefore, it's Derek. And Derek says the exact opposite of the other guy, so he's probably telling the truth about it wasn't Charles, but he's lying about it was Alan. Or was it the other way around? I don't know, I forget. But I'm pretty sure that... No, it was Derek. But there's my reasoning. And another face. Actually... Oh, I see. There's nothing behind there. I wound up getting to the end of this dungeon, and nothing happened with this thing, and I guess what's going on here is this thing just slid back. Go downstairs. Take a drink break. I find it interesting how in this game, RPG Maker 3 I mean, all the songs after playing so long just suddenly stop and completely restart. I think it what's going on with that is they have the whole... they don't actually have the song looping normal. They have a recording of it looping, and then eventually the recording runs out and they have to start the whole thing over. Is this the puzzle that I think it is? Yes, this is the puzzle I think it is. I already know how to solve this one. It's easy. But I'll let you guys figure it out. What number comes next in this sequence? And I'm not going to actually read those numbers, so take a good look. Okay, here's the problem with this puzzle. What number comes next in this sequence? And then you have 3 lines, but the first one is cut off midway. Instead of doing that, what you should have done was just have blank after the question, and then on the next page, have all 3 sequences along with a hint. That way you could look at them all at once, because having to look through this over and over again, while not a huge setback since it's only 2 pages, it's kind of annoying. There's the hint, multiply. Have you figured it out yet? Okay, so if you haven't figured it out, pause it and look through that again, because I'm about to give the answer. What it means by multiply is, let's start there at the top left. 9 times 8 is underneath 72. 6 times 8 underneath is 48. 8 times 8 is 64. So then 7 times 2 is 14. 4 times 8 is 32. 6 times 4 is 24. So the answer would be 1 times 4, 3 times 2, 2 times 4. That would be 4, 6, 8. That one took me a while to figure out. Alright. Oh, I was gonna say, where's the message? 4... It's arranged like a calculator, so... 6... And... I think you meant to fade out that time, but you forgot. Alright. You know what else is annoying about RPG Maker 3? Is the fact that this message is automatic, so you could wind up coming up the stairs, turning around, and it's like, go downstairs? No, I'm just looking around! Let me look around! And down here we have... I'm pretty sure I remained silent for this portion because I knew there was another puzzle coming up. There was some part where it was like that anyway. And... save point. Let us save. And this time, rather than screwing myself over, I am trying the whole using 2 save files things again. I've only done that once before, and it was during a Ronin story, and I wound up stopping that midway through the quest because at some point I loaded the wrong file without knowing it because it was a subquest I had saved, and so I wound up eventually coming back to that subquest and having to restart it. And here it is. Take the knife, boy. But he is my friend. Why must I kill him? We must follow the laws of our village. He is sick and must be killed before his meat goes bad. Are you kidding me? These people are cannibals. We must feed the village or else we will all perish. Our gods demand it. Oh, really? You're going to say, oh, we need to do it to survive, but our gods demand it! You're a little bit contradictory there. I mean, does this mean that your gods can't? Are your gods actually saying that you're not allowed to eat anything but each other? That's dumb. Forgive me, I must kill you. Boy, I'd hate to have somebody say that to me. Hey, Dragon, I'm really sorry, man, but I need to kill you now. Stab. Stab, stab. Stab, stab. Bike shop. Good boy. There's something on the ground. Abandoned key. Okay. Hut key. Piece of mirror. Yay! We got the first piece of the mirror, because that's apparently the point of this quest, is to collect 6 pieces of some mirror. Leave this chamber? Okay, first off, here's an important question. Is there any reason why I wouldn't want to leave the chamber? Is there like some hidden things in any of these chambers where I'd want to say no and look around? Or would there be some reason for me to backtrack through the passage I just went through? I'm going to assume not, and just click yes. And now I'm out of here. So we got a couple different keys. We got the hut key, used to open the small hut, and the abandoned key, which is used to open the abandoned building. Okay, whenever you're talking about some place being abandoned, it's abandoned past tense, which means there would be ED at the end. Without the ED, it's basically telling you to abandon the building. We're going to not go to these places. First off, it's nice that we have the option to go to any of these places in whatever order we want. Which makes me wonder, is there going to be some point where after so many houses we go through, we won't be allowed to go through any more? Or is it just pretty much, hey, go through this quest in whatever order you want to? I like RPG Maker 3's music. Hold on, I'm gonna listen to this for a moment. Out of all the things wrong with RPG Maker 3, the music is not one of them. Alright, let's go ahead and... Well, first off, let's leave the town for a moment, because we can save outside the town, and I want to bring up something outside the town anyway. And I just noticed that that wall is not as tall as I originally thought it was. I mean, certainly not as tall as it appears to be out here. Something I noticed as I was restarting this LP, apparently he's got a boundary here that you're not supposed to be able to go through. That way you don't actually walk inside the building. But apparently, whenever you actually leave the building, it places you within that boundary, which enabled me to walk inside the building there. So, that was an actual glitch. I had thought that, oh, this is just something he can't really help. But nope, that's an actual glitch. He didn't place the player far enough out. Let's go here and see what's up. Okay, so we had music and then we decided to just end the music right there. Please stay away from him. Don't kill him. And she even looks panicked. That's a good choice for the graphic. It's pretty clear sometimes whenever these cutscenes are going to occur. You usually have these objects surrounding an event. Oh, there's the tunnel. There's a book. Let's read the book. My child grew pale this morning. I have hidden my fear from my husband. I fear he will take the village laws into his own hands. Even if food is scarce, I cannot bear to lose my child. Sounds like it came from the trap door. So does that mean if I had tried the trapdoor first, I would not have been able to go in there? Has it just now been unlocked? I don't know. Let's find out. Good thing I just saved. Alright, here we are again. Let's check this trapdoor. Can we go in? It is locked. No, we cannot go in. You know, it's kind of interesting that I would have to re-record this episode. My initial attempt at this recording, the commentary kind of sucked because I had just gotten through with another attempt to get accepted into this one LP community that's pretty dang elitist. And I don't know, it really made me feel down on and feel like my commentary sucked. And as a result, it made that commentary suck. I also ended up trying to talk about how my old camera died, or broke. But of course, with all this stuff going on where you're interrupted every moment by a puzzle, I couldn't really get into it. I'll probably bring up all this stuff about my camera in Aiden Chronicles, because I'm doing that LP as well right now, and there's going to be a lot of free time in that. So this is where I went to first in my initial attempt, and I came down here and it's like, come in and it's like, oh, don't tell me we're going to have more riddles. For what it's worth, I'm kind of disappointed that I did have to record this episode because, well, first off, my actual reaction to the fact that we have more riddles, I didn't really get into why that was an issue before, though. Well, hold on, let's go ahead and solve this real quick. My first is in Sally and in Sam. My second is in Ian, but not in John. My third is in Mark and in Mandy. My fourth is in Owen, but not in Kevin. My last is in Jason, but not in Matthew. Who am I? Sandy, John, Rebecca, Simon. I'll give you a moment to figure this out. Alright, have you figured it out? What it's basically saying is it's asking for a name, obviously, by choosing each letter from each name. Like in Sally and Sam, well, both Sally and Sam have S's and A's, but it's asking for the first letter, and S is the only choice so far. So so far it's only Sandy and Simon. Let's see, in Ian and in John, what letter is there in both? My second letter, N. So whatever name we're going for has an S and an N, and at this point it should be pretty obvious, because Simon here is the only... Oh wait, I'm getting myself confused. I almost did the same thing I did with that episode where I chose that I took 3 apples when it told me I took 2. Alright, my second is in Ian, but not in John. I was going to say, this is starting to make a little less sense than I originally thought. So it's either A or I. Well, that doesn't help it. Third is Mark and in Mandy, and it's in both. my third, so it's either N or M. Well, M is in both, N isn't, so it's Simon. I'm not even going to bother with the rest before I confuse myself even further. And another book. A stranger entered our village seeking to heal our sick, but the villagers grew angry and forced him to leave. And I guess if I had come to this house first, we wouldn't have known why, but apparently, since we went to that other house first, it's pretty obvious, because their religion says they have to eat their own sick. In a desperate act, I had broken our village's sacred laws and brought the stranger back to my home under the cover of night. How did they build these places? In fact, never mind that, why do they have all those places underground every house? Are they really that secretive? I mean, I can understand if there's a tunnel under one or two houses, but under every house? Well, I suppose that one wasn't. And then after I'm done recording this episode, I get to edit it and upload it immediately. Assuming the net connection is back, apparently my IP is having issues, so television and internet is currently down. Which word is the odd one out? That, hat, what, chat. I think this one's pretty easy to figure out, because these three words sound the same, but this one doesn't, so it's what? I don't even have to let you guys wait and figure that out. I think that one's pretty obvious, just from how I was pronouncing them. And one right after. After a day of picking strawberries, I had a basket full. I ate 5 and gave Geoff half of the remaining. I then ate another 3 and gave Simon 1/3 of the remaining. I ate another 6 and then gave Kim 2/3 of the remaining. I now had 34 strawberries left. How many did I start with? 255, 295, 315, or 335? Okay, whenever I first saw this puzzle, I got kind of angry because you saw what was going on. It actually scrolled up part of the message, and that's automatically, so you can't see that first bit of question. In this case, it's not a big deal because the first question is just saying, oh hey, you have strawberries, and then it gives the info you need right here that you can see as whole. However, if this happens in a future puzzle where important, relevant information is on that first line that gets scrolled out, that will not be good, and I will definitely be given reason to complain. So there's your puzzle. I'll give you a moment to figure it out. And of course, the reason that I'm letting you guys get a chance to figure it out is not because you could have some fun with these riddles too, but because I have to take a break in between. And in a few cases, I have to figure it out on my own. This puzzle in particular, I grabbed my calculator because I cannot count to save my life. I wind up getting math wrong from time to time, and it's not that I suck at math, it's just that I'm bad at math. But anyway, I don't know, I get confused easily. Basically, how I solve this here is I start at 34 and work backwards. So, starting at 34, ate another 6 and then give Kim 2/3 of the remaining. So 34 is 1/3 of the remaining given to Kim. So 34 times 3, because it's a third and there's 3/3, so that's, we want to multiply by 3. So that's 102 so far. 86, 108. And then let's see. Gave Simon 1/3 of the remaining. So 108 is basically 2/3. So to knock this down, we're going to divide it by 2 and multiply it by 3, and then we get our 3/3, which is 162. Add 3 because that was how many was 8. Half of the remaining, that half is 165, so double that to 330, 85, answer 335. I am totally going to have to put this all on the screen because talking out loud mathematics that I'm inputting on a calculator is probably going to sound really confusing to you guys. And then we get a book. The stranger was able to save my child, but the stranger was put in danger by my selfless act. Blank space. It had become sunrise and my husband was sure to arrive at any moment. Fearing for the man's safety, I have hid him in the basement. I bet he was found out. And both the wife and the man was killed, and possibly the child as well. Narrow space, there's a person over there, there was a person over there. Are there still people in this village then? Because there's still people wandering around, or are these are probably just all ghosts, but then what is the point of this ghost that was standing over here? I mean, that's not a vision, that was just somebody being sneaky. Go downstairs, yes. And around the curve, I bet we find another... Yep, right there. Kathy has 6 pairs of black gloves and 6 pairs of brown gloves in her drawer. In complete darkness, how many gloves must she take from the drawer in order to be sure to get a pair that match? 10, 11, 12, or 13? This puzzle was actually kind of difficult for me. I wound up getting confused pretty easily. I'm not entirely sure what I chose, but I think I lost, and I just lost the game. And now you guys have lost the game too. But you can still solve this riddle. I'm gonna get another drink. Okay, so have you figured it out? So, there's 2 different ways to solve this, actually. First off, there's the way that the riddle wants you to solve it by making you figure that you could possibly grab 6 pairs of left black gloves along with 6 pairs of left brown gloves before finally finding a matching right glove, which would be totaling 13. Or you can just logically assume that if only one answer is correct, then if that means that you can't say that it's bare minimum 10 because you could also grab 11, 12, or 13 and have the answer. So only one of these can be correct, so it has to be the one where you can't go any higher. So 13. And I wish I had realized that bit of logic the first time I did this puzzle. We got a couple signposts here along with a locked door. There's probably stuff over... What's going on in here? I forget what's going on in here. I'm gonna drown myself at this rate. Does that say North Pole? That says North Pole. I'm pretty sure it says North Pole. It looks like North Pole to me. What does the other one say? There's other signs here. Oh, well that's in Japanese, so probably... That's in Japanese probably too. Still makes me think of North Pole. Do these even do anything? No? There's no little icon in the upper right saying that there are events. So what's going on here? And this one's actually partway into the wall. So are those vases. How does this work? Who put these there? Is there like a niche in the wall specifically designed to put vases in the wall? And I don't care if they're pronounced vases, I'm going to pronounce vases. Or did they actually cut out portions of the vases in order to put in the wall? Oh, here's the final cutscene. Yeah, I guess that sound effect does signify vision. No, you must not harm him. He has saved our child. He is an outsider and has broken our laws. He has offended our gods, and we shall be punished if he is to be left alive. No! I have done it. I have killed them both. The gods should be pleased. We have food now. You know, that whispering is really creepy, especially since it's always going, yes, yes. On the ground are 2 keys and a piece of mirror. Family key, food storage key, and piece of mirror. Do you wish to exit the basement? Well, let's take a look in this room first. Okay, we're done looking in the room. Let's exit the basement. So let's check out the keys here. Food storage key. Key to food storage. That's probably going to be... yeah. Piece of mirror. Piece of the Pucelle mirror. Well, this sounds like a good as time as any to quit. We got a couple little missions down. Actually, I think this is interesting, how each little house you go into has its own little tale to go, well, each house has its own little tale to tell, and overall gives a big picture over the overall story of this town. They don't like outsiders for some reason. I don't know why they don't like outsiders yet, but apparently they are worshipping demons, I guess, like this one here, and they have this rule that anybody who's sick or ill gets eaten. What happens if they get the chicken pox? Do they still eat them? Anyway, this is a good place to stop. So, oh yeah, and of course we got 2 pieces of the mirror so far. 2 down. 4 to go, I guess. 6 pieces altogether, right? I'm definitely hoping that something else gets done with the riddles here. Because now this is twice that I didn't really go into detail, so before I end this episode, I want to go into detail while making laps around this house. Not that the riddles are bad, but I'd expect a little more variety with the puzzles. What I was expecting was something along the lines of Resident Evil, where like in one part you'd have to collect a book and place it in the right spot or something like that, or maybe there'd be tiles on the floor and you have to step on them in the right order. Speaking of, there's one particular cutscene I'm waiting for, which gave me the impression that there were zombies in this game. I don't know if that will actually be the case. It's been a while since I actually looked at the cutscene, but I don't know. We'll find out eventually. For now, I guess I'll just end the episode here. And next time we'll... which house should we go into? We got plenty of choices. So you know what? I'll just leave it up to you. Do we go into the family home, the food storage? Wait, food storage? Are you kidding me? This place is dying of starvation and they actually have a place where they store food? That makes no sense. So do we go to family home, the food storage, the abandoned building, or the small hut? It's your choice, folks. Let me know and we'll go ahead and go there next time. With that said, this is Dragon signing off and saying, man, I'm so glad to be doing these LPs again.